Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make one of very special Korean sashimi, which is called 물회. 물회 is basically the Korean way of enjoying raw fish. People call it sashimi, but it's Japanese. We call it 회. So basically, 회 is a whole bunch of raw seafood. So I have a whole bunch of fish and clam and some shrimp, and then we're gonna add a very cool, spicy, icy, amazing sauce to it. So it's basically in between Peruvian ceviche and sashimi, but it's a Korean way. And let me say it again, it's 물회. Let's get it. Okay, first things first, you gotta prepare your seafood for this 물회. I'm peeling off this sweet shrimp. Whenever you are dealing with sweet shrimp, you gotta make sure watch your fingers because all the legs and the mouth of this shrimp is pretty much like the needle. It's gonna poke your finger and you're gonna see your blood coming out. And next one is abalone. You gotta use your spoon. Make sure you gently slice right underneath of the meat of the abalone. But just make sure you don't mess with the organ, just as I did. Cut off the organ and clean the meat. Make sure you pat dry your abalone. And I'm scoring this abalone because the fresh abalone has a dense texture. It's somehow pretty firm. Alright, scoring is done. Then I'm starting slicing this abalone. I like the texture of the abalone, so I cut this abalone into 5mm thickness. But for those of you who don't like any kind of a firm texture, you make sure slice abalone as thin as possible. Okay, next one is the fin of flatfish. The fin of flatfish has a ton of fat, and it also has much firm texture compared to the belly and back loin side. Next one, I'm cutting gijarshat, which is called the jeona in Korean. I'm actually scoring it super fine because there's a ton of bone inside, which you cannot actually pull off. So, doing the cross scoring, I'm cutting off all the bones into tiny pieces so that you can actually enjoy it with the flesh and the bone at the same time. Let's start making sauce. Peeling up your apple and cut peeled apple into a chunk size. We're gonna blend this anyway, so you don't need to worry about the shape of this apple. Put it into a container, and I'm slicing my onions. Okay, next one is a pear. This one you should cut into the same size as apple. Squeeze out your lemon. Make sure you use your other hands like me or use a strainer to keep all the seeds out. And then add some crushed garlic. Next one is a Korean spicy chili. The amount of chili is super optional. It's up to how much heat you can actually handle, but I liked it. Yeah, I'm using my hand blender to make a puree of all these ingredients. Make sure you make the fine puree. There's no any chunk of chili seeds and any kind of apple and pear. And next, add a wine vinegar, Korean chili, and Korean chili paste. Once again, give it a good mix until all into a one single red puree. I'm adding some maple syrup to give some nice sweet kick. And then strain the sauce with a tammy or any kind of a chinois to get rid of any big chunk of all the ingredients. And you're gonna end up with super fine juice that we can use as a sauce. I'm cutting my apple and pear, but this time I'm cutting into fine stick shapes because we're gonna use these ingredients as a garnish. You can cut those ingredients for garnish into any shape that you want, but I'm cutting this into a nice stick shapes. Next one is the cucumber. If you want to go this process much easier, you can use Japanese mandoline with slice attachments. You can just slice it through the mandoline and then you're gonna end up with pretty much similar ingredients as I did. But you gotta be really careful whenever you use a Japanese mandoline. I'm just gonna use a flash of this tomato, so I just took off the seeds and I'm cleaning the skin of this tomato. This one you can actually use the boiling method, which is a lot easier, but if you're confident with your knife skill, you can actually do this method. Don't throw away any kind of a seeds and skin of tomato because you can use it for making chicken stock or beef stock in later uses. This is a little dim lettuce, which is my favorite green, and this one's also cut into the same shape. I know it looks different, but let's pretend it's the same shape. And this is Korean ingredients, which is perilla leaves, and this one gives a super nice character of this murhae. You can use basil or mint, but if there's any Asian store nearby your house, and make sure and go there and grab the perilla leaves for this dish. Trust me, it's really good. Next one, carrot. Once again, the same shape as all the other ingredients. If you don't like carrots, just skip it. It's really okay. Next, red onion. I prefer red onion instead of white onion for this kind of a salad that you need a fresh taste and fresh texture, because red onion has much more character and much intense flavor compared to white onion. If you don't have any red onion in your house but just a white onion, it's really okay. It ain't matter. But make sure after you slice your onion, put it in the cold water to get rid of all kind of tangy, spicy flavor. Alright, let's start plating. I'm putting the sliced little dim lettuce on the bottom of the dish as a base, and then start putting all the ingredients around the little dim lettuce. Put all ingredients side by side, just as you're making bibimbap.
I'm a simple man, I work from 9 to 5. I just need a tender love to keep me satisfied. Let me in your kitchen and I'll turn off the light. Do you know I'm coming home tonight? Don't do help me, babe. Alright. I don't understand the way you make me feel.
Alright, so I just finished my murhae, which is the Korean raw fish with spicy, watery sauce. I don't know, we just call it murhae. Many people think like raw seafood is really good with soy sauce, which is sort of like Japanese way. We also eat in that way, but traditionally we like this spicy sauce bowl, but it's not like a really dense and thick sauce. It looks super spicy, but trust me, it's not as spicy as you might think. So let me try it.